Nobody from the working class, in my opinion, would disagree to retiring early. Honestly, who wants to bust? Unfortunately, retiring early does not imply you will not have any ongoing expenses, as you will still need to pay your payments. The list continues on and includes things like electricity, food, transportation, clothing, and medical expenses. This simply means that you still need to have an income source or sources of income in retirement. You will be able to take care of yourself and enjoy the remaining of your days thanks to these sources of income. Unfortunately, you will have to plan your retirement. It will not happen automatically. There are various actions you must take well in advance in order for you to enjoy your retirement. So, what do these steps entail? Keep watching because I will be sharing with you the 5 actions you need to follow to retire early. If you are new to this channel, click the subscribe button below for additional stuff that will change your life. If you do not know what retirement is, allow me to explain. Retirement is a process by which an individual is continuing to be actively employed or engaged in his or her primary occupation. Most retired persons have one or more sources of income that do not need them to actively seek for employment. Let us now discuss the 5 methods you might take to hasten your retirement. Step number 1. Evaluate your present financial situation. You must evaluate your existing financial situation in order to make plans for an early retirement. You must take a number of things into account in order to determine the steps you should take to reach your early retirement objectives. These elements comprise your savings, debts, and financial commitments. Let us examine how these elements will impact your early retirement goals. First, are you in debt? If you have debt, you may not be able to retire early since you will need to work longer to pay it off. However, that depends on how much debt you have. Some debts might be simple for you to pay off, while others might be more challenging. Your credit rating will be impacted by numerous overdue debts, which will make it challenging to obtain other types of credit. You must pay off all of your debts in order to have a realistic possibility of retiring early. Failing to do so will result in longer working hours. Second, savings. Without considering your savings, you can't evaluate your current financial status. While the amount you have saved by itself cannot ensure financial freedom in your golden years, you must utilize it to invest in stocks or tangible assets. You can purchase physical assets with your savings, such as rental properties, which can provide you with a way to generate income flow to assist in funding your retirement. Third, and the final one, financial commitments. A financial commitment is essentially a promise to incur one or more expenses at a later time. The cost could be substantial or insignificant. Generally speaking, it is a financial obligation related to your cost of living. While certain financial obligations need one-time payments, others can be spread out over a long period of time. These obligations could be personal as well as professional. Therefore, it is not necessary. All of his or her financial obligations, both short-term and long-term, must be taken into account when deciding whether to schedule an early retirement. These commitments or obligations must be met by a source of income for one to be comfortable in retirement. For this reason, an individual's early retirement plan must take into account all financial obligations. A supplier's financial commitment is just one illustration of a financial liabilities. If you send a buy order to a supplier, you are promising to make payment on a certain future date. Additionally, there is a financial obligation to lenders. When a bank or lender authorizes your loan, you are legally obligated to pay it back on time, as per the terms of your contract. Lastly, there are ongoing commitments to family. You would both be committed to raising the child. Say, if you and your partner have a boy, feeding, clothing, medical care, tuition, and other things are involved. This financial commitment will last for a very long time. Step number 2, set retirement goals. This is the next action you need to take in order to achieve early retirement. Setting your retirement objectives involves these 3 factors. They are your ideal retirement age, the amount you should save before retiring, and the kind of retirement you envision. Let us examine each of these elements more closely. Factor number 1 is your ideal retirement age. When they reach the age of 60 to 65, the majority of people decide to retire. However, if you want to retire soon, you should aim to do it between the ages of 45 and 50. Setting a target age range for retirement can assist you know what to do and what not to do to reach your objective on time. Factor number 2 is the amount to be saved before retirement. You cannot possibly have any plans to retire broke. Before you can even start thinking about retiring, you need to have a significant sum of money saved. You must determine how much you will need to have saved up before deciding to quit. Having money saved does not necessarily ensure financial freedom. As I have already stated, simply said, money is an instrument used to exchange commodities and services. It can be used as an investment tool. Having stated that, you must set and achieve a saving goal. The money you save can be invested in your own home and utilized to meet other financial commitments in the future. Factor number 3 is your desired retirement lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle do you wish to lead after retiring? Would you prefer to have a modest, simple life, or do you want to attend expensive events annually? You need to ask yourself another crucial question after deciding on the lifestyle you want. Will your retirement lifestyle be supported by your savings and the income from your current investments? If the answer is no, you should increase your savings and diversify your investment portfolio. However, if the answer is yes, everything should be alright. Without setting these objectives, you will not have something to aim for, which simply means you would probably miss. If you're enjoying the video so far, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. That will surely help us a lot. Step number 3. Determine your investing requirements. Without successful investments, early retirement is simply not an option. Long-term gains are typically the goal of investments, and there are numerous feasible options available. The essential thing to think about when selecting your investment strategy is if these vehicles can generate returns for you that would enable the desired lifestyle you identified in step 2. For instance, if bonds are your only asset, you will receive constant but unimpressive returns. Consequently, it is unlikely that your retirement nest egg will sustain a financial successful retirement. Contrarily, investing in stocks will give you more possibilities throughout your retirement years because they have a bigger potential for future growth. In the end, you will need to be more aggressive in your investment choices, the more money you will need for retirement. Once you are aware of your investment needs, you must decide whether you want to use your active or passive investing to meet them. With active investments, you must actively participate in the management of the company. This may not be the ideal option for someone who wishes to retire early, because continuing to work actively negates the whole point. Consider a scenario in which a baker who worked in a bakery from the age of 25 to 45 is able to save enough money to start their own bakery. If you often visit the bakery to observe how things are run or are still baking, you are not actually retired. Rather, you are self-employed. On the other hand, you can still claim to be retired if you go to the bakery once every 2 weeks and perform basic tasks like sign checks. Investments that are passive do not need your full attention before they start paying off. The initial investment and first work are primarily required for passive investments. After that, it pays you without requiring you to do anything. Peer-to-peer lending, equities, bonds, and rental property are a few examples of passive investments. Passive investments are perfect for you if you truly want to relax with your feet up and not have a care in the world because they demand no work on your side. Step number 4. Identify your asset mix for investing. The next step is to think about which stocks to buy when you have increased your emergency money, set your goals, calculated how much they would cost, and are certain of how much risk you can accept. Always choose those that will enable you to achieve your objectives over the long run. Your portfolio's combination of stocks, bonds, and cash is known as your asset allocation. And choosing the appropriate asset mix is crucial if you want to reach your early retirement objective. Finding the ideal asset mix is, unsurprisingly, considered by many financial counselors to be more crucial than even selecting excellent investments. It is now simpler for an investor to choose their ideal asset allocation, thanks to a variety of internet calculators and tools. Your time horizon and level of risk tolerance will be the major determinants of the asset allocation that will be most effective for you at any given moment in your life. The expected number of months or years you will need to invest in order to achieve a specific financial goal is known as the time horizon. Longer-term investors are typically more at ease accepting investments with higher risk. This is due to the investor's ability to withstand both the anticipated market swings and these slow economic cycles. However, due to a shorter time horizon, an investor paying for a teenager's college education would feel more at ease with a lesser risk investment. An investor's readiness to lose some or all of their initial investment in exchange for higher prospective returns is known as their risk tolerance. A risk-averse investor will probably choose investments that will protect their initial investment. However, this aversion to danger may cause them to put off retirement or extend their working years. Step number 5. Automate your investments. Automated investing involves having a set amount of cash deducted from your paycheck or deposited into your bank account each month and invested in a predetermined allocation. Workplace retirement plan contributions are a prime illustration of this. You have automated your investing if your employer deducts money from your paycheck each month and makes an automatic contribution to a 401k or 403b. You must take this into consideration if you want to retire early. Automating the investing process has 3 main benefits. First, you are unable to use the funds. When you automatically transfer money into your investment account, it signals that you have overcome the urge to spend it elsewhere. There are then less disagreements. There is little room for disagreements over how much money you should spend or save when you automate your investing and savings. Finally, no effort is necessary. It would not take much work to set up, just a little. Once everything is set up, you may unwind and enjoy the results. Hey, it appears that YouTube believes that this upcoming video will forever change your financial situation. Watch it to find out whether they are correct. That's all for this video. See you in the next one.